So this is what Roblox looks like on an Xbox. There's nothing on here about any private servers or anything. It's basic info. You get your home, get your avatar. There's my bacon. Never want to go beyond bacon because that's the best you can ever do. We can discover new games, but we don't need to because we found cart ride around nothing, so there's nowhere else we need to go. Friends, we haven't got any, so we don't worry about that. And then Roblox, never had one, never will. My favorite 4-letter F word is free. And if I can get away with playing games without having to pay for them, I'll do it all day. I'm going to favorite this because it is my favorite game. So some administrator just said, Yahoo, we got a favorite. And we'll look at the experience images. Doesn't tell you a whole lot about the game. It's called Cart Ride Around Nothing. That kind of explains everything. Your experience badges, there's 8 of them. Most of them are for blowing stuff up or getting blown up or completing the game. And there's one secret one in there. It's a secret room in the hidden or the scary tunnel that you have to find. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat today. All right, we got a bunch of people standing around the terminal. Take a look at the menu. Pretty basic stuff, volume, quality of graphics, camera. And you won't notice a chat anywhere. It doesn't let you chat when you're in Xbox. So yeah, you can look at the leaderboard. You can actually report people if they're bugging you. We don't know who this person is, and she hasn't done anything wrong, but we're going to report her anyways for cheating. Because poor Blanco is our test subject. So we're going to get on our keyboard and we're going to write that she cheats. And we're going to send that to the administrators, and they're going to take swift justice on poor Blanco, who doesn't even know she did anything. Now we're not going to submit it. I wouldn't do that to anybody. That's pretty weak. Got about 4 remotes. I can wave, I can point, I can do a couple other things. And that's about it. Like I said, the biggest one is there's no chat. Xbox doesn't allow you to chat. They said it's something to do with their E-rating. Don't know what that means. But that's okay, because I never wanted to chat anyways. I just want to play the game. So you people would just be slowing me down if you're trying to talk to me all day. Okay, this is going to be run number 529. My best completion time was 9.35. That was on the old track with no gadgets or red carts or gizmos or anything. That was just a straight out fast run. Okay, we got our rainbow cart. I'm surprised nobody tried to steal it because they always try to steal it. We're going to keep it under 20 here because if you go over 20 around these turns, you're going to fly off the track. And when you get to this little transition up here, you want to be doing less than 10, or you may fly off the track. You got a bump right here, you want to be doing less than 12. And then the helix that goes up to the dehumidifier, you always want to stay 15 or under, or you'll fly off the track just like that guy did a second ago. I saw somebody fly off into space. While you're going up the helix, you want to look around. Look at that loop over there, the little loop. There's nobody in there, so if we do make it to the dehumidifier, we should have no trouble getting for the little loop. You can see the big loop all the way over there that comes at the end of the game. If you ever look over there and notice there's a cart sitting in the big loop, just shut the game down and go to a different server, because the only way to clear a car out of the big loop, if you don't have a potion and the gun, is to drive over there and shoot it, which means you'd have to get almost all the way to the end, crash into the big car that's in the big loop, and then restart the game again. And you don't want to do that. You're better off, as soon as you see it, just get out of the game, go to another server that doesn't have a cart in the big loop. Alright, this guy's a little too close behind me, so I'm going to have to kill him, because he's a threat. Oh, I missed. I missed again. Alright, he can remain a threat. We got to move. So we can go 50 up this hill. Just make sure you slow down before you get to the circle. Brakes, 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 brakes. Get it under 20. Then get it under 10 for the turn here. And then you can gun again. You can go up to, I think like 55 is pretty safe. So gun it, gun it, gun it, 50, 55. Brakes, brakes, brakes. You want to be doing about 30 when you hit this turn. And then probably about 20, 25 when you get to the bottom or you fly off the tracks. All right, so we're good. Transitions, always do less than 10, this one and this one. Now you can get it back up to 20 again. These bumps right here that you're getting ready to hit, you want to be doing about 12 or less. 10's good. That's pretty safe. I think I said the last video, I don't like this section because speed limits don't seem to mean anything. You can be doing 20 one day and make it just fine. Then the next day you're doing 12 or 15 and it'll throw you sideways for some reason you won't even know why. So I like the areas of the tracks that are consistent, that you know what speed you can go, that you're never going to crash. But this one's so close to the beginning though, if you crash here, it's no big deal. You just start over. And you can get back here pretty quick. Alright, when you're coming back though, after you go through the scary tunnel, you're going to go through this section again. Definitely slow down and do it at like 10 miles an hour because you don't want to crash when you're that close to the finish and have to start all over again. Alright, when you get to this transition here, drop down less than 10. It's pretty quiet today. That guy behind me must have fell off the track because I don't see him anymore. Alright, flip your switch and then go. Make sure your switch is flipped before you go so you don't fly off into space. Do less than 20 here because these transitions will throw you off the track, and then gun it. Go up the hill. As soon as you get to the top of the hill, take your finger off the accelerator and you'll slow down. And then do like 15 the rest of the way, all the way up to the railroad crossing. That's a pretty safe speed. I don't think I've ever crashed doing 15 up here. Alright, again, start looking around the track. Take a look at the helix over there, see if anybody's coming. There is somebody climbing to the top, but they shouldn't give you any problems. You're going to wait at the railroad crossing. That's the safest thing to do. Technically, in this rainbow cart, you could gun it when you go over those bumpers and go like 14 miles an hour and try to make it through the railroad crossing without getting hit. And maybe 2 out of 3 times you'll make it, but that third time you're going to get hit. You're going to have to start all over again at the terminal. So what I learned is just sit here. It takes about a minute and a half, gives you time to look around, relax, see who's coming, and then you can press on from there, because you don't want to start all over again. You just invested like 5 to 10 minutes to get to this point. So as long as you stay back and don't get too close to these trains up here, then you should be fine. You're not going to explode. I'm going to shoot at this guy just because I want to. And I missed again. That's 2 misses today. Having a bad day. I usually hit stuff. Alright. So he is going on the track down there. He didn't crash, but these lights should turn off in a second. He's not going to be a problem. He's way behind me. And I'm looking at the elevator over there. It should be coming back just about the same time that we're getting over there. So we're going to go pretty quick and try to get to that elevator so we can catch it before it comes down again. Slow down here to go less than 10. It's a transition. You don't want to crash right there. And here you want to gun it about halfway until you see the cop coming at you. And then you want to start slowing down, because you don't want to overshoot this and go flying into space. Just get it nice and slow, nice and easy. Make sure you can stop before you get to the elevator. This cop is going to overshoot you and crash. And then you just wait for the elevator. I pull all the way forward. When I first started playing this game, I was watching a YouTube video and the guy said, as long as your cart's in the middle, you'll be fine. That is not true. If you park your cart right in the middle, at least with the Xbox, it gets really glitchy and the cart starts shaking and rocking up and down, and about 3/4 of the time it'll glitch you right through the elevator and your wheels will get stuck in the track, or you'll end up glitching your entire cart through the elevator and falling into space. But I find if you get that front wheel in front of that first post, like I have now, you will make it every single time. You're not going to glitch. Alright, I'm looking at the light over there. It's green. That means I'm probably going to have to stop because it'll turn red by the time I get there. Still red. You notice a little flicker there. That was my video ran out. My Xbox will only allow me to capture 10 minutes at a time, so when it tells me it ran out, I'll stop and restart another one for another 10 minutes. Okay, here you want to gun it. As long as you're doing the turns at 15 or less, you can go as fast as you want in the straightaways. Just make sure you pay attention, because you don't want to gun it up to 35 miles an hour right here and forget that there's a turn coming and fly off into space. So make sure you're ready to go 15 when you see the turn coming. Nice and easy around the turns. These transitions aren't bad. I've never flipped over here. You know, I'll do 15, 17. It's pretty forgiving. One time I get up here and I shot at the dehumidifier to make sure there was no car in there, and it ricocheted and blew me up, so I don't do that anymore. I just open the door, make sure nobody's in there, and then I'll pull in. This is dehumidifier 250968. I am guessing that whoever coded this game was born on 25 September 1968, and that's their birthday. But I could be wrong. That's just a guess. Okay, big sign says remain seated. I have taken many people for rides, which I've learned recently not to because they're all pains. But we'll get to the dehumidifier, and what do? They see the sign that says remain seated, and they get excited, and they say, oh, a 4x8 room full of nothing, I'm going to stand up and look around. And they get exploded. Just, if you're in a car, remain seated if the sign says remain seated. Okay, here I slow down to about 8 miles an hour at the top of the hill. I tap the brakes one last time, and then I read the sign. No accelerating, no braking. So let gravity do its work. I see so many people get to the top of this loop, and they want to jam on the brakes halfway because they think they're going too fast, or accelerate because they think they're going too slow. Just let gravity do the work, and you'll get through it every single time. Because if you tap your brakes or the gas, it'll freeze, and you'll get stuck or thrown off the track. Okay, I missed again. Anyways, getting pretty lucky today. Usually there's a bunch of bacon standing around here waiting to jump in my car because they want to see the scary tunnel. And I'm going to talk a little louder because I noticed my audio isn't enough to cover the sound of the scary tunnel. Which, when you think about it, isn't really that scary at all. I mean, it's nice and clean. It's got a few turns, it's a little bit dark, but there's no graffiti, there's no bugs, no garbage lying around, no stains. You'd figure on train tracks you'd have oil stains or something. So, it's a very nice tunnel, actually. I grew up in Boston, and I used to ride the subway, the T. I take that into town just about every day. And those tunnels were filthy. I mean, there was graffiti everywhere. It stunk. But whoever made this one did a bang-up job. Nice tunnel. Okay. Bumpers, 11 or less. You don't want to mess up and get thrown off. Take a look at the light up there. See what color it is. Because if it's green, you're going to gun it. But it's red. We're going to have to stop. You can try to go through it. You'll make it maybe 1 out of every 5 times. But the safest thing to do is stop for the red light. You'll see the tracks are flying up and down over here. And as soon as you touch them, it's going to throw your car. Wait for the green light. Then you can get up to about 30, 40 miles an hour and then jam on the brake. That should slow you down and plenty of time to take the turn up. Okay, once we get through the turn, we're going to gun it again. And you can gun it and keep it accelerating until you get to this first set of lights and then hit the brakes. As soon as you see the first set of lights, jam on the brakes. That'll slow you down enough so you don't slam into this door. These doors, I find 6 miles an hour will get you through them without having to accelerate or brake. Just put it at 6 and relax. I've never crashed into the door while it was doing 6 miles an hour. And then you can gun it again up to like 30 miles an hour. Now, when I say gun it to 30 miles an hour, I'm talking about the rainbow color. If you're in a gray car or if you're in a gold or a black car, the speeds are going to be different because it doesn't accelerate as fast. But for the rainbow car, 30 miles an hour, then immediately jam on the brakes. They'll keep you from hitting the doors, but get you through pretty quick. And we're going to go back outside again. Take a look at the weather. Another nice sunny day and a cart ride around nothing. We got the moon down there, and if you actually do look up, you'll see the sun is at the top. Got some bumpers here. Don't go over 11 miles an hour. You can go as fast as you want here. These little transitions aren't going to throw you. Just make sure you slow down for this bump. This turn right here, if you stop, it'll throw you. So make sure you're going at least 10, less than 15 miles an hour every time when you get to that little turn. And then here you want to be doing 16 or less. I used to, for some reason, be able to do 20 here, and I'd never crash. But then about 3 weeks ago, it started making me crash when I hit this little thing doing 20. So I slowed down to 16 and I never crashed. Because I did it 17, I did it 18, but 16 or less, I'm fine. Same thing here. I used to be able to do 20, 22 going up these hills. They're curved a little bit, so you can go a little faster than 20 going around. But then about 3 weeks ago, I started crashing again. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to take it nice and slow. I'm going to do about 10, 12, 15. What was that? Did you see that? I'm doing like 14 miles an hour. There's no reason I should have come off the track right there. That's unbelievable. Sometimes I get the feeling there's some administrator sitting in a bunker like 2 miles under Area 51. And he's waiting for me to play this game. And as soon as I'm feeling good and I'm almost ready to win, he'll recode the game so you crash at 14 miles an hour. That should never happen. All right, gravity again. 32 feet per second squared, 9.8 feet or meters squared. That's the force of gravity. The sign says no accelerating or braking, so just let gravity do the work in the little loop. All right, nobody here again. We're doing all right. 12 or less over these bumps. Once the door opens, let it open enough for you to get through it, and then you can get it up to 20, but then slow down again because there's bumpers up there. And you're going to have to go 11 again. Oh, that bugs me that I crashed right there. Did you see that? I wasn't speeding. I didn't see it exactly, but I'm thinking I'm doing like 12 or 14 miles an hour. There's no reason I should have crashed. All right, anyway, we're through the tunnel again. Nice and easy. Hopefully the administrators are on a coffee break and they're not gonna make me randomly crash again when there's no reason I should. Okay, slow down to 11. Go over the bumps at 11 or less. You can probably do 12, but I've been thrown at 12 and 13, so I stay at 11. And the light's green, so I'm gonna gun it a little bit here, see if we can just get through the light. I don't know, something feels wrong. I think somebody jumped in my car. Yeah, it's not braking right. Something's definitely wrong. Yeah, you see that? No, there's nobody in my car. I was doing 11 when I hit that last bumper. There's no reason that should have come off the track. Oh, these admin guys are... Alright, anyways. We're stuck. I'm going to have to come back around, somehow blow up this cart without blowing myself up, and then continue on with the game, unless I can get it unstuck. Sometimes if you can get it unstuck, you can bump the doors, it'll make you fall back on the track again. It'll bump you back on the track. So I'm going to push the back end here, see if I can get it, where I can at least go like 5 or 10 miles an hour up to one of the doors. Did I glitch through the floor? Where am I? Where's my car? Oh. Love that noise. Ah. Anyways, here we are back at the top again. Can't say enough about gravity. Let the gravity do the work. All right, we're going to pull forward. Eventually, we're going to tap the brakes right at the top of the circle and no accelerating or braking. Doesn't mean you can't shoot. I actually shot a guy from up there once. He was way down by the scary tunnel and I shot from like the top of the loop. just a random shot, and I heard an explosion. And I looked, and there's like nobody else around except for me. And I said, I must have hit the guy. All right, anyways, when you get out of this loop, do about 10 miles an hour. Anything higher than that, it's going to throw you. You're going to have to do the loop over again. All right, 12 or less. 12 or less. Wait for the doors to open. If you hit these doors, it'll throw you. You'll have to start all over again. 11 or less. Man, I hate repeating this section over again. There's no reason I should have crashed the first time. There's no reason I should have crashed the second time. So we're just going to take it easy this time. Make sure we have the right clearance before we gun it or we go through a door. Usually I can get up to 30 here and then back down to 11, but I'll go a little bit slower just because I don't want to take any chances. Now my card is up here somewhere. I'm going to have to blow it up eventually. But I don't want to shoot right now because if it's at the end of this tunnel, I'll blow myself up. Alright, the light's green, so I'm going to gun a little bit. Immediately jam on the brakes. I don't want to take a chance at hitting the card if it's at this corner. I don't see it. I still don't see it. Maybe it glitched through the floor also. I mean, everything kind of turned black and then I didn't hear the card anymore. Maybe it fell. Either way, we'll go through the doors. Again, 6 miles an hour. Perfect speed. Never crashed through a door when I was doing 6 miles an hour. I still don't see my card. We might get lucky here. Still don't see it. Oh, I see a shadow up there. I see a shadow. That's my car. I'm going to have to back up to the doors real quick so I can blow it up and not get exploded. But the doors are closed. Oh. Crap. Oh, wow. See that? I blew it up, and the seats came flying at me and actually hit my car. 9 times out of 10, anything hits your car that's going to blow you up, so I got extremely lucky. I can't believe that. Normally, if you blow something up in a tunnel and you can see it, you're a dead man. I mean, you might as well just hang it up. But I just had 2 seats. Oh, doors open. Go, go, go. Hurry, hurry. Ah, oh, it's closing. I said I was going to be careful, and then what did I do? I said, hurry before the door closes, and then I almost got stuck in the door. That would have thrown me sideways. I would have had to start all over. All right, we're outside again. Not going to say anything about a sunny day, because it's not a sunny day, because somebody's messing with my game and making me crash when I'm not doing anything wrong. But they threw me a bone. I blew up my cart in the tunnel and didn't blow up with it. So I'm a little bit happy about that. Hopefully we can make it through without any further administrative incidents. I swear sometime this game you'll be plugging along and either the server will go down, and of course it says, do you want to leave or reconnect? Well, of course I want to reconnect. I don't want to start over. But it doesn't let you reconnect. I've never been able to reconnect. The only option is to leave and start all over again. But you can usually tell when the server's getting ready to go down because the game will get really laggy. And right now it's pretty responsive. Look at my speeds here. This is exactly what I was doing last time. See, 14, 15. No reason anybody should ever crash in this area doing 14 or 15. It's safe. But I did crash. All right, I need to move on. I'm dwelling on things I have no control over, and I do recall that that's not healthy. All right, this turn here, 15 or less, but watch that transition right there because you have to be doing 10 or less. And this little hill will throw you sometimes, so make sure you're doing 10 or 9. And tap the brakes just a little bit because sometimes it'll make you crash going down that little hill. Okay, nice and easy here. You're not going to fall off going slow. Just make sure you got a little bit of momentum every time you hit one of these little turns, but never get it above 20 miles an hour. Then you're flirting with disaster. All right, you get a little straightaway, but you really don't, because that transition right in front of me, that'll throw you if you hit it like doing more than 15. So take it nice and easy here. Don't gun the gas. And then slow down for this transition. All right, we made it. Got to be doing 12 or less here. Don't speed around this turn. Sometimes 15 will throw you off. Definitely not over this bump because it's a little bit sideways. It'll throw you off even if you're doing like 10. Just take it nice and easy. You got plenty of time. That car behind you, he's not going to catch up to you. Okay, doesn't look like anybody's here. We're nice and safe. Should be. Oh, wait, we got a cranberry coming at me. You see him? He's going to fall to his death. There. See, I could have blown him up, but I could see the future. I was going to blow him up, and his guts were going to fly up in the air and land in me, and I was going to blow up. So I just left him alone. And there's some administrator under Area 51 in his bunker who is mad right now because he threw that thing at me at the last second. You see how I looked around? You couldn't even see it. It was hiding behind the wall. He was hoping I was looking somewhere else and that thing was going to run right into me, but I saw it. I slowed down a little bit. And I made a split decision. I said, do I want to blow him up? I said, no, that's crazy. He's going to take this turn right here. He's going to fall into space, and I'll never see him again. All right, that light's red down there, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. Oh, it just turned green. Oh, my video's running out. Hold on a second. All right. Sometimes I got to reset the video. Like I said, I don't want it to run out of 10 minutes and then miss anything. Okay, so it's still green. I should have plenty of time. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go through it. To be safe, I probably should have stopped and let it go red and then green again. But I thought I had plenty of time. This area here, you want to keep it around 15. You don't want to go too fast up the hill. Never get above 20. Just gun it and then slow down. Gun it and then slow down. Wait for this orange cart to come. They're doing about 15 miles an hour, which you can do no problem. So, okay, I tried to shoot him. He didn't blow up. I'll blow him up over here, but I'm going to try to do like 13 to 15 so that guy behind me doesn't catch up to me. Definitely don't lose it here and do like 20 because you'll fall off the track. Even 17 is unsafe. Try to keep it under 15. And then you can go fast on the straightaway so the guy behind you doesn't catch you. And then jam on the brakes. Definitely be going less than 10 right here. Sometimes you will flip over. And you're so close to the end to flip over here, or that little transition right there, is a Greek tragedy. All right, this one, if I see an 8, I start to panic. So I try to keep it 4 or 5, 6 or 7. But if you see an 8, that means you may go up into the 10 range and you'll flip over. So just keep it nice and slow. You're almost done. No sense getting crazy right now. Nice and easy. We're going to coast up to the red light. And we will stop and we will look around. Look up this track. Sometimes there's debris on the track. It'll fly off from the railroad crossing that's up there. Those carts will come down and they'll explode and they'll leave debris on the track. And you can usually shoot it before you get on the track. All right, we're going to go here because that blue guy just came down, so I know there's nobody behind him. Slow down to 12. Gun it again. Slow down to 12. Gun it again. Slow down to 15. And that'll keep you from getting hit from behind. See, they get pretty close, but not that close. As long as you maintain a good speed, you're not going to get hit from behind. All right. We're almost done. Wait for the elevator. Oh, he heard me. What service? Call the elevator. It's right there. Thank you. Do not overshoot the elevators. That would be your own fault. There is no reason to overshoot the elevator. Just take it nice and easy. Put on the brakes and let it freeze you into place. This elevator gets glitchy sometimes too. Sometimes it'll not let my cart back in the middle again. It'll just get all the way to the top here and the cart will fall directly down into space. All right, here you want to get off. You want to do between 12 and 14. And then don't touch anything. There's another sign up there. No accelerating, no braking. Put your hands in the air. Pretend you're on a real roller coaster. Scream if you want. But do not touch the brake or the gas until you're in this section. Then you can do whatever you want. And then slow down before you get to the dehumidifier, which is also 250968. Make sure nobody's in there. People will leave their carts in there. I leave my carts in there. If I get somebody behind me that's being a pain, I'll leave my cart in here and get out. So they'll blow up when they get here. So make sure it's empty. If it's not empty, back up to a safe distance and shoot at it until it blows up, and then wait like 20 seconds for the debris to clear, and then you can go back to the dehumidifier. I'm guessing that took about 40 minutes. Let's see. Should have only taken 20, but we crashed twice for no reason at all. But, 30 minutes. That wasn't bad. I always win. Some of these games have taken me 90 minutes because I don't quit. I'll keep going back. Hey, a coconut. Vida Coco. I love those coconuts. They're cool. Okay, so that was run 529. Oh, that guy's huge. Scary. I don't get some of these avatars because some of them are so big they won't even let you play the game. Their feet stick out the bottom of the cart and get stuck in the track. Or some of them got like wings and shoulders that get stuck in the side of the track. All right, so that's it. 529, it's official. It took. So that's it for now. I'll probably record another one later this week, next week. But eventually I'll start getting into other Roblox games. But this one, I enjoy playing. It hasn't got old yet. So have a good one. We'll see you next time.